Well, guys, day two. Day two, officially. We made it to day two. That's a start. And as I said yesterday, I'm trying my best not to think too far into the future. I don't think that serves me well. I don't think it serves a lot of people well. I think that, for us alcoholics that drink one and then want 10 and then want 20 and then know that by that point you've pushed it way too far. So, well, you better just get to bed and hope for the best tomorrow. For us folk. Just focusing on day by day. Telling myself this morning, I'm not going to drink today. That's all I need to focus on. That's all I'm going to focus on. And it starts right now. So last night, basically what the situation is, the situation that I'm in at the moment, and I wanted to wait until dry July. That's another 2 weeks away. I don't have another 2 weeks. I need to do this now for multiple reasons. The first of which is that I'm working 75 hours a week. The second of which is that this week is fucking huge and stressful, and it seems overwhelming at the moment because my 2 kids and their mother are moving. We've all been renting a 4-bedroom place for the last 6 months. We decided to break the lease. They're going to go to Townsville, but basically the house is in a bit of disarray and we need to get the house ready, including cleaning, including packing, including moving, including fucking getting tradespeople in to do a couple of repairs. The backyard needs to be mowed. Things need to be sold and getting rid of. Look, it's a massive week. Anyone that's broken a lease, anyone that's moved house, especially a 4-bedroom house with 4 people in it, know the stresses that come along with that, and those are the stresses that I'm going to be faced with this week whilst trying to fucking maintain 2 full-time jobs. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be fucking sad when they leave, but it's also going to be a big relief because then I can really just knuckle down in my studio unit that I've been able to rent and work and save and get this shit done. Get the rest of this year done. And alcohol is just simply... it's just going to hold me back. So about 3 weeks ago, I managed to secure this unit. I've spent very little time here. Last night was another example of that. Hanging out with my daughters, got to about 9 o'clock. I was going to come back here. It really didn't make sense. So I just packed the night in, went to bed with my daughter and woke up this morning at about 7:20. So now it's 7:30. Thankfully, my job is 2 minutes down the road, so I'm going to get in the shower, enjoy that for 10 minutes, brush my teeth, which I desperately need, drink as much water as I possibly can, because, at the moment, my body is just in a constant state of dehydration, and that's what you'll find when you're drinking every day. You're in a constant state of dehydration. That's not rocket science. That's just the truth. So I've got these big 1 litre cups, right? And my strategy is to basically drink one of these before I get in the shower. And it's not easy. But it's necessary. The mornings that I don't do this, I can tell later on. Honestly, some mornings it's not about the way you look, it's about just getting it in, and I've done that. So I'm going to fill up another one, take it in the shower with me, make sure to drink it whilst I'm in there, brush my teeth, do my thing, get dressed, and head to work. So welcome to a day in the life of an alcoholic, desperate to stay sober. It's Monday, June the 17th, 2024. I wish you all a fantastic day. Excuse me. We're going to keep this raw. open, honest. It's not about looking flat. It's not about, oh jeez. Yeah, I'll see you soon. My other tip for anyone living in a cold place, prior to getting into the shower, because we all know how hard it is to get out of the shower into a cold room, turn that on. Turn the heater on before you get in. 10 minutes, I reckon I'm going to go medium, 28 degrees. We'll shut the curtains, keep as much warmth in as possible. And now it's shower time and I can't fucking wait. I love my showers in the morning, especially when I'm not hungover. Am I not hungover? Well, my body is still going to be detoxing for a fair few days. I'm still just as dehydrated as I normally am. But I've got hope. I've got a slither of hope. A glimmer of hope. That's all I need. So right up again. Alright. It is officially 7:47. We're on the clock. It seems it doesn't matter whether I've been drinking 20 standard drinks or whether I've had none. I still don't want to get out of bed. I still don't want to get out of the shower. And I'm still going to be in a rush going to work. It is what it is. Either way, what I can tell you is that today's fit is some business chinos, or some khaki light beige chinos, a belt, a long-sleeved t-shirt, oversized fit, which when tucked in looks really good. Smart casual to the max. We've got some socks and we've got some cheap boots. So I'm going to chuck that on. Speaking of chucking, I've chucked down another litre of water, and what that does, what that tells me is that, or what I'm hoping for, is that that will take care of any possible headache symptoms during the morning at least. I've got to keep on top of my hydration. It's hugely important, especially for someone like us. You know, if you're not drinking water, it's probably the only way that my body has, you know, bounced back like it does in the past, is the fact that I do drink a lot of water, and I try and maintain that. Either way, let's keep going. Oh man, who wants to go to work on a Monday, eh? Well, I want to be one of those people that do. I really do. And I think removing alcohol is certainly going to point me in the right direction to make that happen. But oh shit. One thing I've got to give myself credit for, guys, is the fact that it doesn't matter how fucking shit I feel, I still get up, I still go to work, I still put on a brave face, and I still do what I need to do. But had my habits continued for much longer, I was going to start not turning up to work. I was going to start, you know, really seeing my body start to fail me, I think, physically and mentally, and it was not going to be any fun whatsoever. Alright, so I'm still going to stick to my tried and true at the moment. Don't at me for it, but it's just a bit of Clear Eyes. 3 drops a piece. Bit of a swish around. That'll sort itself out. We've got some pretty dry skin at the moment, as to be expected, so a little bit of moisturizer on the face. On the neck. Okay, what are we at? 7:52. Okay. Bit of a clean of the glasses. Effectively, this is my routine every single morning. You're just putting it on camera now. So, glasses on, hair done, keys, wallet, work swipe card. Actually, this morning I bought this especially just to have some nice, I've brushed my teeth twice, but just to guarantee some nice fresh breath in the morning for all my work colleagues. A couple of pieces of that. What else am I missing? Not much. Phone. Can't leave without the phone. Alright, and that, my friends, is pretty much my morning. We'll turn the heater off. Thank you for doing your thing. It worked somewhat. I'm feeling quite warm. I've now forgotten how chilly it is outside, but I'm going to get a nice blast of it right in my face when I jump on my motorbike and head to work. So either way, this is me. Do I look presentable? Well, as presentable as humanly possible. I am 33 years of age. I need to remember that. I'm not 23. The wrinkles will increase. The fucking grey hairs will increase. Everything's going to fucking go downhill eventually, but not as fast as it would consuming 20 standard drinks per day. Either way, guys, I'll see you guys at lunch, okay? I'm going to come back here. The place is a bit messy, but due to the fact that I live 2 minutes away from my work, I'll make it 3, and I get half an hour for lunch. I'm going to come back here, tidy everything up, make it look sweet again, head back to work for the afternoon. After that, I'm going back to the other house to pack some stuff. It's going to be a big day, but a productive day, and you can't go wrong with that. So I'll see you guys at lunch. Hey guys, how we doing? That's the pool. It's a little too cold at the moment, but as we approach September, certainly October, I will be frequenting that very pool many, many times. But for now, what are we doing? Well, I'm on my lunch break. It's almost 12 o'clock. I've been at work for almost 4 hours, and it's been a good 4 hours. I've enjoyed it. And one of the main reasons why I've been able to genuinely, and I will say this hand on heart, genuinely enjoy my morning at work is because I'm walking around with a smile on my face. I'm walking around conversing with people, conversing with colleagues, visitors to the building, with a smile on my face, and it's a genuine smile. I'm not faking it. I'm not walking around ashamed of the choices that I made the day previous. I'm walking around proud of the choices I made the day previous. The choice not to drink, because I know it's not good for me. I know it's not getting me any closer to any goals that I've got, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. And so that simple decision of not drinking any alcohol yesterday has, carried me through the morning fantastically. I've felt way better than I have recently. And so, I'm on my lunch break, and I'm not going to say I'm looking forward to going back to work, but I'm certainly not dreading it. And I'm certainly, just not feeling as bad as I normally would be. But I did write a couple of notes. I want to get these out. I'm not going to try and make this video any longer than it needs to be, but I do want to put my all into it, and I do want to, when editing it and when finally publishing it, I want to be happy with it. I want to have said everything I need to say. I want to spread positivity, hope, and everything that I feel today, I will try and portray through the camera. So, look, like I just said, I'm proud of the choices I made yesterday, and it's showing through my attitude and my willingness to engage with people. Walking in there at 8 in the morning, if you've drunk 15 standard drinks the night before, and you try and fake it, you try and put a smile on your face, you try and talk to people, you don't want to be there, okay? You want to be back in bed. And that is a feeling I just don't want.
I don't need to have. I've had it for way too long, and I'm fucking over it. So it's so good to not have to deal with that today. You know, the life that I've set up with my 2 jobs, I've got a place to live. I've got 2 beautiful children. I've got this YouTube channel that I want to grow. I want to grow the community. I've got a lot of things to look forward to, and a lot of things I enjoy. I just need to convince myself that alcohol is not going to help anything. It's not going to help any of that. Whereas, you know, when you're in such a habit, when you're in such an addiction, you do feel like a drink is going to enhance all of those things, but it's not. It might enhance it for an hour, a couple of hours. But what goes up must come down, and it's time for me to get real. It's time for me to be honest with myself and just say, look, it's not going to be easy. This first week especially, it's a fucking hectic week for me, for all of us. You know, we're moving out of the house. We've got to get all that sorted. We've got another open home tomorrow. We've got boxes everywhere. It's hectic. And these are the type of things that I tell myself, I convince myself that I needed to drink for, because it would, you know, reduce the amount of stress. But, you know, what would happen is that all of these things that need to be done over the next week would get done. But I'd find myself on Sunday at the end of the week thinking, you know, yeah, it might have been easier to get through, but the way that I'm waking up feeling like shit, it'd be just a to and fro, you know, just a seesaw effect each and every day. The first half of the day I'd be feeling like shit, feeling ashamed, feeling sick, tired. And then the second half of the day, when I start to, you know, detox completely and I start to look forward to the end of the day so I can have another drink and then get through the evening's jobs, activities, what have you, you know, put my head down on the pillow, pretty buzzed, wake up the next morning and do it all again. Yeah, okay, it's easy. It's easier. It's a routine. It's a routine that I've been used to, but it doesn't mean anything to you. You know, all of these things that you tick off the list, you know, I know that if I get to the end of the week having completed everything that needs to be completed without having a drink, it's going to mean that much more to me. I'm going to be that much prouder of myself, because what drinking every day does, even if you do achieve things in your life that you're proud of, that you should be proud of, that shame that comes with drinking every single night overshadows that, and it's very hard for me to actually sit down and be proud of myself for anything. I mean, I told you yesterday, I ran a fucking 65-kilometer trail ultra marathon. I came 18th place out of 75 people. But what did I do straight after? I went and bought a bottle of whiskey and fucking indulged. And it's with that attitude that, you know, I can't fathom it. How did that happen? You know, why did I do that? And what that means is that I never had the opportunity to just sit with myself, with the 65-kilometer fucking mission that I just completed, and actually feel proud about it, actually, you know, think about it, actually reminisce properly. All I did was continue drinking. And so I think this week is going to be an opportunity for me to look back over the last 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and just, you know, be proud of the things that I have achieved, and develop some real positivity and hope for the future, and, you know, nail down exactly where I want to be, what I need to do to get there, and just, yeah, remove alcohol completely. It's done. I want to build on the feelings that I've had today, the positive feelings, and I want to continue smiling genuinely, and I want to continue wanting to talk to people genuinely, rather than just walking around with a fucking mask on all the time, because I'm absolutely over it, and it sends you absolutely nowhere good. It sends you down into the depths of depression, and I'm fucking over it. What I do know is that these sort of euphoric feelings during day 1, day 2, day 3, even during the first week, they do fade, and then the realities of life hit you. The realities of life are going to hit me fucking square in the face over the next 3 days, because I'm working from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, and then from 5 in the afternoon till 12:30. And I've got that 3 days in a row. And those are the 3 days that I need to knuckle down. Those are the 3 days that are going to bring in the most money for me, the most income, and the 3 days financially that take me, just that much closer to this financial goal that I've got during the second half of the year to qualify for a home loan, buy a home in Townsville for my 2 kids and their mother to move into. So the next 3 days are going to be fucking hectic. I think they're planning on actually staying with me. We've got a trailer sorted for Wednesday. We're going to move everything out. They're going to be staying with me in my unit for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're leaving on Saturday. I don't know how this is all going to work. I just know that we've got to make it work, and I know that drinking alcohol every night is going to make all of this shit seem that much more overwhelming. And I know that every single day that I stay sober, my ability to deal with this kind of thing and sort of think straight, at the end of the day, all I want to do is fucking think straight. If you can think straight, you can deal with things. If you can't think straight because you're always constantly hungover or looking forward to your next drink, it makes things just that much more overwhelming, that much, more unmanageable. And I don't want that. So either way, lunch break's over, back to work. I've cleaned my unit, that's that done. And we continue. After work, I'll be heading over to the other house, packing some boxes, continuing all that. Probably won't take the camera, but when and if I do return to my unit tonight, I'll bring the camera back out. And if I can get to the gym, I mean, that will be a real win. But I'm not going to hold myself to that because I do have a busy afternoon planned. But that's the one thing that I desperately need to bring back in. Doesn't matter how many hours I'm doing at work per week, I need to be working out in the gym. I need to do that. It's so good for my mental health. It's very rare that I feel as good as I do when I walk out of the gym through doing anything else in life. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not as obsessed with going to the gym as I once was, but it makes me feel just as good as it always has. And when I'm not doing that consistently, I really start to feel it. So I'm going to get out of the sun. It's baking me alive. And I'll talk to you guys when I see you. I hope you're enjoying the video. I want to make this video. I want to title it A Day in the Life, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Actually, before I do go, the only other thing I need to mention, or I want to mention, is consumables. What am I drinking? What am I eating? Because that's huge. One thing that contributes to my cravings for alcohol is to not eat, and that is a bad habit that I've gotten into, that a lot of us, alcoholics get into, is to not eat. And to put off eating, to put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off. This morning I've done the exact same thing, even though I'm not intending on drinking. But if I do continue to put this off and put it off, having my first meal, then the likelihood of jeez, that's loud. The longer I put off my first meal, the more likely I am to drink. I'm going to say I'm 99.9% sure that I'm not going to drink today. But if I don't eat whilst I have the opportunity to, here on my lunch break, it's not going to serve me well. It's not going to serve me well as far as my cravings. It's not going to serve me well as far as my energy levels. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've got 2 minutes until I need to leave. I've had 1 coffee this morning. I didn't even have a sip of coffee until like an hour after I got to work, and that is not normal for me. Normally I'm just grasping for anything, any substance to make me feel just a little bit better. But like I said before, it's all fake. It's all fake. The only way I can actually feel genuinely good, genuinely healthy, happy, is to not drink the night before. So, what am I going to have? I'm going to have 3 tins of tuna. I'm going to have 1 Greek yogurt, and I'm going to make a cheese, pickle, and mayonnaise sandwich. I'm going to put that all in a bag, and I'm going to take it to work. So I'll see you guys after. Yeah, I think that was pretty wishful thinking, that this sandwich was going to make it out of my front door. It simply is not. I'm fucking starving. That sandwich is tasting absolutely amazing. As sad as this is to say, eating this early in the day, eating a decent meal rather than just tiny little snacks, is making me feel a little anxious, because obviously that first drink is not going to hit as hard, but I'm not going to have that first drink. So it's a change in mindset. It's got to be. It's good though. All right, another day down, another day, another dollar. I think that's what they say. And it's about 4 o'clock. I hope you guys are traveling well. All the euphoria that I had over, feeling so genuinely happy and proud about my choices yesterday, well, they kind of faded during the afternoon, but that's bound to happen, just through sheer tiredness, fatigue. When you're detoxing from alcohol, when you feel like you're going to feel better on day 1, certainly day 2. Feel more energized, feel like you just flick the switch where all of that depression and lethargy leaves you when you quit drinking, but it simply doesn't happen like that. I've been through this more times than I care to remember, and each and every time I'm sadly met with the reality of the situation, which is, no, I'm not going to have any seizures, hopefully, but it will take a while for me to get some actual restful sleep, and be able to push through an afternoon and an evening without alcohol and actually feel like I've got a decent amount of energy. Because as fucked up as this sounds, this is how it works, right? I start feeling like this. I mean, there can be moments where I'm just feeling like I could go to sleep. I could literally put my head down on the couch, put my head down on the pillow and go to sleep. But I don't, because I've still got some alcohol to drink. And if I don't drink on a particular night, I feel like I'm missing out. And what will happen, as fucked up as this is, I don't know how this works. I don't know whether it's physical, mental, or a combination of the two. But as soon as I start drinking, I get energy. That lethargy vanishes. It actually perks me up. And that's just because that's my body so accustomed to it. Or maybe that's just placebo. I don't know. Maybe it's because it changes the way that I perceive things. It changes my mood. And what that does is it creates this false sense of energy in me. I don't know what it is, but obviously today I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't want to do that. But I wouldn't, I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't craved a drink at least a few times today. So that's where we're at. Today is one of 4 days of the week where I work 8 till 4. The other 3 days of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I work 8 till 12:30 in the morning. And if you've watched this entire video, you've probably heard me say that many times. But all I'm going to say is that I'm determined. I'm excited. I don't care that I'm working 7 days a week. There's not much else to do here in Alice Springs, and especially when my kids leave. I mean, it's going to be tough, but I've just got to stay focused, and I've got to remind myself of all the reasons why I can't drink. I can't bring alcohol back in, because it's a slippery slope. And yeah, there's certainly no, 1 drink or 2 drinks. It's 10 minimum 10, which means that a 700ml bottle lasts 2 nights, or a litre bottle lasts 3 nights. And if I'm really pushing it, a litre bottle might only last 2 nights.
And it's very rare that I have any more than like 15 or 16 standard drinks on a particular night. But, there's been mornings where I've had to get up and go to work after going to bed at 2 a.m, consuming 15 standard. It is fucked up. And it's something I'd never want to experience again. So, yeah, I mean, in my case, I got this full-time job, and initially I told myself there's no drinking on a school night. I mean, I want to be as positive and as happy as possible. I want to make the best impression on people. There's new people, new environment, new job, new role. I need to learn it. I need to walk in there fresh. And I mean, that lasted a few days. But once I got comfortable, the alcohol crept back in. It wasn't just the weekends. It was every single night. That's what happens. But either way, no time to lose. I've got to get changed into something a bit more free-flowing. And I've got to head over to the other place to pack some boxes and clear a couple of bedrooms. Because, yeah, it's a big week. I keep saying that. It is what it is. I've done enough talking. I'll probably be back here at like 7 or 8 this evening. Am I going to get to the gym? Only time will tell. I mean, that would cap off a really, really good day. But I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. I feel like that's something I've done too much in the past, is put pressure on myself. Focus on what I haven't done rather than what I have done. So, I'm just focusing on not drinking for today. That's all I really can focus on. And everything else will work itself out. So, thanks for watching so far, guys, and I'll see you later on tonight to finish this video. I don't know if I will be back here tonight. Stranger things have happened. My daughter was crying at me last night, saying, don't leave. I want to sleep in your bed. I want to sleep with you. I said, well, shit, how the fuck am I going to leave now? I mean, I didn't say that. And I actually tried to leave, but in the end, it's like, nah, mate. They're leaving Alice Springs in 6 days. You're probably not going to see them for at least another couple of months after that. What are you doing? Spend every single moment you can with them, present. And, it was a good night last night. We played some board games. Finally got to sleep at about 10 o'clock. Woke up this morning. Came back here, and that's when I started this video. So 4:10. I'll see you guys later on. One thing I did want to mention before I go is water intake. So food, I had that sandwich, a couple of tins of tuna, didn't have my yogurt, but as far as water, I had my 2 litres before I went to work, and I've had about, I'm going to say probably 3 litres throughout the day. So my pee has been clear-ish, pretty much clear, which is good. I mean, the first one in the morning is like fucking radioactive bloody waste. As far as the colour's concerned, we've all been there. But, as the morning's gone on, it's gotten better. And, those 2 litres of water, or 1.5 litres, or however much water I can get down in the morning before going to work, sort of gives me that, initial flush of the system. And it's super important, and it's something I've done for years, whether I drink or not. I do it for the most part in the shower, and it serves me well. So if you can get it down, it's recommended. Alright guys, how are we doing? It is it's just past 8 o'clock. I'm back home now, and I've just spent the last 4 hours over the other place. I've probably spent more time playing with my kids than I was actually packing, but that's fine by me. Spending time with my children is by far and away, whether I'm drinking or not, the most fun I can have in this life. Not a fucking doubt in my mind, by a long shot. It really is. It's because they still love me. It's because they still show me affection. And the day that comes where they start to, shy away from affection from their dad is going to be a fucking heartbreaking day. And it's a day that I don't want to come. And so until it does, I will be making the most of every single opportunity to have children who are inspired and in awe of their parents because they're so big, you know what I mean? Just like we were. I'm still like that with my parents. I don't know what the fuck I'll do when it's time for them, leave us. And in fact, I try not to think about it, but it's a part of life that's inevitable. We all die. Try not to think about it too much, but after having children, it does come across your mind in certain ways for certain reasons, and just looking at them and not wanting them to grow up, wanting them to be like this forever, be young forever, small forever, impressionable forever, curious forever, and all the awesome things about having small children, it sort of, and seeing them grow out of these things. It brings it home personally that you're not going to be here forever. You were like that once, and to make the most of these times and make the most of your family whilst they're still here, and let them know you love them. And I'm terrible at doing that, absolutely terrible. And I'm not here saying that I'm going to completely change the way that I operate, but my children have taught me a hell of a lot, and it's a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of fun, including tonight. So got a little bit of work done. We're that much closer. We're inching closer to having the place ready for the end of lease, which is on Friday. Although I don't know, man, it's going to come really, really quick, and especially because I'm working so much this week. It's like, I don't actually know. Sitting here right now on Monday night, I do not know exactly how it's going to all work out. All I do know is that we're getting access to a trailer on Wednesday. So, yeah, there's probably about 3 loads that need to go to the dump. There's a couple of loads of furniture that need to go to Miffy's friend's house. There's probably 1 load of suitcases and boxes that need to come here. There is a load of furniture that's being bought by her sister off of us. There's a load of furniture that needs to be brought over here, including my computer desk and stuff. So that's 8 trailer loads, loading, unloading. I just don't know how it's going to happen. I do not. The only thing I think that may work is to take Thursday off of my full-time role from 8 till 4. Call in sick, use that entire day, seeing as we've got the trailer on Wednesday. Don't worry too much about it Wednesday evening. Do my shift on the phones from 5 till 12:30. Wake up Thursday, crack into it nice and early. Miffy's finished work by then. She finishes on Tuesday, and we'll get it all done, I reckon. And if I'm finished back home by 5 o'clock Thursday evening, I can jump on the phones, finish off that shift, wake up Friday. Everything's shifted. Everything's out of the house. Carpets, backyard, cleaning walls, cleaning surfaces, cleaning bathrooms, cleaning all of that. Friday afternoon, making it look as good as we possibly can. I mean, I don't know in this fucking day and age if you can really expect to get your entire bond back, especially when you're breaking a lease, and some of that bond may have to be used to cover the period of time where you're not, where a tenant's not there. So look, I've got all this shit going in my head, and honestly, drinking helps. It seems like it helps because I just don't think about it. That's the thing. That's what drinking does. All of the shit that I've just said, look, I'll know it's there, but I'll push it way, way back and just focus on my phone, or focus on watching some sport, or focus on the video I'm watching on YouTube, or just some dumb shit, dumb mind-numbing shit, because that's all that drinking allows you to do. It's, my mind starts to waver really, really badly. So any actual decisions or any, meaningful things never really get thought about. I mean, things still get done. I still wake up the next day. I might be struggling with a hangover, but I can think more straight in the morning after drinking than I can the night before whilst drinking. So it's like, I don't know how I get it done. I mean, I saw a comment that said, I don't know how the fuck you work 7 days a week and still drink. And I don't know how I've done it either. But I can't do it anymore because my life has become unmanageable if I am not prepared to remove the alcohol. So the time has come. and I'm excited. I've just had another amazing evening with my children. I'm going to miss them dearly when they leave, but it's all for a good cause. It's all for the greater good, and the time is now. We've done it. We've all done our dash in Alice Springs. We've been here way too long. There's a big world out there, a big wide world, exciting world, and you don't need to be fucking as sheltered in the middle of Australia as we are. You don't have to. I don't have to, but I'm going to stick it out for as long as I need to. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to work hard. And I'm going to make some YouTube videos along the way. So, what does the rest of my evening look like? Well, look, I'm not going to go too far into it, but about a month and a half ago, I decided on a whim to buy some more weed, and I have been experimenting with it. One thing I'm really happy to say, I'm not going to lie, is that I'm not afraid of it anymore. I was actually genuinely afraid of it. Even just looking at it would make me anxious. But what I've found is that it is to do with your current mindset. It's to do with where you're at mentally prior to smoking it. That can certainly affect how much anxiety you feel. I think the anxiety that I was feeling, it's more of an excitement, and that doesn't last for too long. And the feeling that I actually enjoy is not the real intense high. It's actually probably half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour afterwards, where it's just like, right, I'm not worrying about too much. Feeling very content, and everything's okay. I certainly don't feel motivated or I don't feel terribly creative. I mean, when you talk about your not being able to think straight when you drink, I mean, it's 10 times worse for me when I smoke. So my brain doesn't really go too far, but once again, it's just a numbing sensation, and that has been what I've been searching for. But I genuinely don't really feel like I need it anymore. So I'm not going to lie, I will be smoking tonight, but I'm thinking really, really hard about how much longer I want to include that, because I went 4 months without smoking and I was absolutely fine. I never, but in saying that, I was afraid of it, and I'd forgotten what it made me feel like, and the thought of smoking it and possibly having a panic attack really scared me. But when I went to Thailand, first night I went out and I got some, and it didn't really make me feel that anxious. And what I really enjoyed was actually drinking beforehand and then smoking afterwards to sort of mellow out for the rest of the night. And then I'd already be in this sort of drunk state, which would mean that even if I did smoke a lot of weed, I was never going to go into that full-on anxious mode, because that's not what alcohol does to me. It's a depressant. It slows my heart rate. It slows me down. I'm very calm on it. And smoking the weed on top of it, I only had good experiences with it, so-called good. But take the alcohol out, and it's a much more intense feeling. I do lose self-confidence on it. I do get paranoid at times on it, but I'm not having those crazy, debilitating panic attacks, which is a nice feeling. Either way, for me to feel complete in this journey, it'd be to get sober from both drugs and alcohol. So that's on my mind. But for as long as I need it, or for as long as I sort of want to continue using it, especially during these first few days of sobriety from alcohol, I will. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I do know deep down that my optimal self is without alcohol and without weed. And in good time, hopefully, without caffeine. And then I can actually say I am completely 100% drug and alcohol free. I don't know if that's necessary, but it sounds fucking good. So, 8 I'm going to have a smoke, I'm going to have a shower, I'm going to eat something nice, and then I'm going to get to bed. This was a day in the life of a 33-year-old alcoholic desperate to stay sober. And guess what? If you're talking about alcohol, I did. I did it. It's possible. And I actually had fun. But it's scary. It is scary facing the world, not knowing what's going to come around the corner. Life's very unpredictable. Life's not fair. And if you don't have this coping mechanism of alcohol to lean on, to know that you've got, if you indeed need it. I mean, that's not how I drink, of course. I drink when I need it. I drink when I don't. I drink when I'm tired. I drink when I'm fucking... any excuse. I'm fading right now. I am pretty tired. And I do have 3 big fucking days, 4 big days, 5 big days, 6 big days. I mean, talk to me on Monday next week. And I'm going to be absolutely stuffed. But I'm going to do it. Anything that needs doing, I'll do. Underneath all this, I've got a pretty decent work ethic. When I say I'm going to do something, I do. It's the only reason why I've come back to YouTube is because I'm committed this time, and I've been committed before and I've come unstuck, and it is what it is. It's the journey of an addict. Relapse is certainly a part of my journey. Don't give me too much shit for it, because as long as I don't give up, that's the main thing. Because, I mean, it'll be a pretty slippery slope as soon as you give up. As soon as you genuinely tell yourself, I can't stop. I mean, that's a scary place to be, and that's certainly not where I've ever been. I've drunk because I've wanted to. I've certainly got into some pretty fucking dangerous, unhealthy drinking habits. But when I do stop, it's because I want to, finally. I've finally found the reason. I've finally found the inner strength to do it. Or, you know, I've been presented with situations in my life where I genuinely would rather be sober. But everything combined is telling me now this is a really important time to just keep your head on straight, stick to the plan, don't lose focus, and everything will be all right. Geez, I can talk, can't I? That's what this channel's called. It's okay to talk, because it is okay to talk. I thank you for listening. I thank you for your support. And I will see you on the next one. Alright guys, final clip of the day. Final clip of the night. I just wanted to finish this off with so much, and forgive me, I've just woken up. I think I went to sleep at about 10:30. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just wanted to say what a joy, what a relief it is to look at my watch, see 2 o'clock in the morning, know that I've got at least another 5 hours in bed, 5 hours of sleep, and I've got 0 alcohol to try and detox in that time. Zero, nada, nothing, not a single fucking drink in my system, and I can actually get some rest, and I can actually fucking... excuse the language, guys, but it's such a relief. I just got up, go to the toilet, looked at my watch, crossed my fingers for, anything earlier than 5. 6 would have been a real disappointment, but to get up at 2 and know that I've got 5 more hours of actual sleep, no alcohol, Oh, what a relief. What a relief. I feel like crying. So, that's it, guys. I've got my daughter's lava lamp in here. I enjoy it. There's a nice little ambient glow. Yeah. So that's me. And that was indeed a full day and night in the life of an alcoholic, desperate to stay sober, and so grateful to be sober right now. Thanks. And now I'll see you in the next one.